hello to our virtual friends and family watching us from various parts of the Australian market and the South Pacific market. Hi there, I see you all there. And of course, to you all who were brave enough to come out and join us in person, we truly appreciate the time that you have taken to hear a little bit more about what we do, who we are, and the solutions that we provide. Now, the first thing I want to just share with you all here is a little bit about myself. Of course, we didn't come to hear about me. We came to hear about this wonderful opportunity and the solutions that we provide in terms of the nutrition. But my name is Cesar Galarza. I am the Director of Field Development for NeoLife South Pacific, Australia, and New Zealand. As you can tell, I'm excited about that. It's been a wonderful time getting the chance to meet our NeoLife family in this region, and we've spent a great time in the Philippines as well. And I joined NeoLife in 2005, and it's just been a wonderful journey. Most of my career has been focused in the North Americas, working in the US, Canada. However, I've had in my time the opportunity to serve other markets like Mexico, Europe, Kenya, and some of the African regions. And, you know, everywhere around the world, the NeoLife people are truly the best. I started in distributor services, which is what we used to call it back then, field support now. And from there, had the opportunity to open the very first Los Angeles distributor center in LA, in California, which is the first center in the USA, which is an exciting thing. It's still open, it's still running strong. And from there, I got the opportunity to start working in the sales and development area, which is something I'm very passionate about. So many things I love about NeoLife, and I summed it up the other day, but I'm going to keep it very short today. One is the product. Who loves the product? Yes, products are the best. And the second one is the plan. Isn't the plan so amazing? Yeah. We have an opportunity here for average people to live an above average lifestyle simply by going out there and helping us with our mission. Does anybody know what our mission is? We are out in the world helping to end the trend of poor health and financial stress. Can we all say that together? And the trend of poor health and financial stress. So when you're out talking to people, let them know what we do. And that's exactly our mission and our cause. And the last thing, which I think is personally the best thing for me, is the people. Growing up, my mother always taught us to serve others. And that's just how I grew up. And I get to do that at NeoLife. Every day that I wake up, I have the opportunity to positively impact somebody through our nutritional wellness solutions, through our business opportunity, or maybe just through an inspirational message and uplifting them. So that's what I do here at NeoLife. Aside from my career, I'm also happily married, and you probably heard me say this, right? Happy wife, happy life. So far, so good. We have two wonderful children, and NeoLife is a big part of our family. Every day, you know, the first thing that we do is we give the glory to God. And then we drink our supplements immediately after that. So thank you once more for being here. And let's just give a little big hand to all of you guys for joining us. Now I see we have some more people joining the call. And today I must tell you that we are not doing PowerPoint. We're going to just use the board, and we're going to keep it very simple. The program is going to last about an hour. So really, really excited to be here. Now, the first thing I want to talk about here is who we are. You know, NeoLife is a company that has been in business now for how long? 60 plus years. And in fact, NeoLife stands for new life. It's a new way of looking at your life. It's a new way of living. NeoLife operates in 50 plus countries around the world. And I think being here is a perfect example of that. We have just what we're doing here today, offices and headquarters in Africa, Kenya, and Canada, and Mexico, and Europe. And that's exciting because there's always somebody who knows somebody, right? Have you guys noticed that? You may be from Brisbane, and you know, maybe it's a small town. I understand it's like 2 million people or so living here. And then know somebody in Los Angeles, who knows somebody in Mexico, who knows somebody in Europe. And that's really exciting. And in fact, that's how our founder started, Mr. Jerry Brasfield. You know, as a young teenager, he had some health challenges. Did that sound familiar? Mm-hmm. Yes. And one day his mother was introduced to the power of nutrition. Imagine that. Back in the 60s and 50s, when people thought this is a crazy concept. How can you take all of this nutrition in just a pill and have results? You know, they probably thought they were like a hippie or something, like, right? Where did they get this idea? However, Jerry began using omega-3s and his health bounced back. And now Jerry's story is heard in 50 countries around our market. So that's just how it started. You know, he had a vision to provide the world, not just with the best products, but with the best opportunity. And I think he has succeeded. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, I believe so. Yes. Now, aside from that, we also have an incredible team that we call the SAB. And that stands for the Scientific Advisory Board. This incredible group of world-renowned scientists was founded by Dr. Arthur First, who was a toxicologist and, in fact, one of the first cancer researchers back in the US, founded the first cancer research laboratory at the University of San Francisco. And in fact, he created, along with his colleagues, the first treatment, one of the first treatments, which is oral chemotherapy. Isn't that incredible? However, he decided to shift his efforts and focus on the wellness and the nutrition and the prevention. And he created this incredible team because he realized something even back in the 50s, that it was humanly impossible for us to get all of the nutrition that our body requires to experience optimal health just from our foods. In fact, the foods back then are not the foods that we have today. Yes or no? Yeah. Absolutely. So NeoLife has this incredible scientific team, and this team works exclusively with NeoLife. That's important to know if you're taking notes, because quite often you see commercials, you see marketing, and you see this prominent scientist or celebrity, and they have a bottle in their hand and they're talking wonders. And at the end of the day, they're not even using the product. These individuals I personally have met, some of you have met as well. And these are real people who back our products. And that's why we say based in nature and backed by science. So that is who we are. And let's just talk about what we do. You see, one of the things that I found at NeoLife is that we are, for your notes, a needs-based business. We provide a solution for the needs of humanity. And as humans, we have two primary needs. Can anybody tell me what they are? Thank you. Thank you. Let's give Lynn a big hand. That was good. Lynn, what am I doing up here? You need to come up here and do the presentation. Yes, Lynn said it. Our needs are health and financial freedom. That's really what we're trying to accomplish. So I'll give you an example. What happens if we lack oxygen? Nothing happens. What happens if we lack money? It almost feels the same. It almost feels the same. So we provide a unique opportunity to help satisfy those needs. And I'm going to talk about those. And that's primarily what we do. We provide an opportunity to improve our lives physically and financially. And the next thing I want to talk about here is the solutions that we provide, right? Who we are, what we do, and the solutions that we provide. And I want to talk about a topic that I think we can all relate with, and that is our health. You said it, Lynn. Health is wealth, okay? And in fact, let me just kind of do a little overview of the state of our health, not just here in Australia, but in Los Angeles and Mexico and around the world. One of the things that I found here is this graph, okay, where we have 100% that would represent optimal health, so the peak of performance. And then we have 0%, which would represent right? The worst you could feel. In fact, that could probably just be death right there. Okay, 0%. And there's also 3 groups of people within this graph. We have those individuals that are healthy, right? Okay. We have people who are maybe a little healthy, but starting to feel tired. Okay. And we have some of those who are dealing with some health challenges or sickness. Okay. Like so. Along with these 3 groups of individuals, we have also 3 age groups. Okay. And in fact, let me do this. Damien, I don't know if you're spotlighting me. There we go. You guys can see that better now? Yes? Okay. I realized it wasn't spotlight. So we have 3 groups of ages as well. Again, I think we'll do a little survey in this room. Individuals who are around their 25, when I got started at NeoLife, that's where I was. Okay. 50. And we're gonna just say 70 to 80 or so. All right. So maybe I won't do the survey. Well, one of the things that we found is through life, from the moment that we are born, most of us generally, our first 25 years of age are in the healthy zone. Now, the key word is most of us, because today we're seeing around the world young children with diabetes, teenagers dealing with chronic fatigue, like I did. And it's a terrible problem, right? And then we go from 25 to 50, and what begins to happen? We begin to feel tired. Now, I always wondered, why is it? Because that's what happened to me. And I realized, around this age, most people get married, they have children, there's bills to pay, there's a career you have to manage, and life just becomes a little bit more difficult. I'm not trying to discourage anybody from getting married, by the way, but it's a reality. It just wears down on us, right? And we begin to feel tired. And then eventually, as we age, what starts to happen? We fall into the sick zone. Now, one of the incredible things I found as I was researching last night to prepare for the presentation was people in the South Pacific and Australia in particular live an average of 83 to 84 years. That's incredible, because in the US, it's like 75. So yeah, it's like 8-9 years more lifespan here. But what I want to talk to you about is, why not come back to the healthy zone? It's never too late, whether you're 25, 50, or 80. It's a new day. We have a new opportunity. And one of the things that NeoLife offers, on top of the best products in the world, the best opportunity in the world, is hope. And that's exactly why we're here today, to present hope, just to let you know that, yes, we can. So speaking of health, there's also three keys to optimal health. And the first one is exercise. And one of the challenges with exercise is that the majority of us in the world don't do enough exercise. In fact, we avoid exercise. We look for all the reasons and excuses not to go out and work out. It's too cold, it's raining, it's dark, it's too early, I'm tired, it's late, right? So that becomes a problem, because when we exercise, we're contributing to good health. And you all know that one of the best exercises, no matter how old you are, is simply going out for a walk, 30 minutes a day. You just feel so wonderful. You're breathing, the air. And I had somebody in Los Angeles when I was doing a presentation like this, and he said, well, I work at a warehouse and I'm doing exercise all day long and I'm sweating and I'm active. And I said, yeah, but is there any stress involved with that exercise? Oh yeah, my boss is on behind me all the time. I said, that is not exercise. What I mean is just to go out and invest in your body. And you can do that by walking 30 minutes a day. Good news, it's free as well. The next thing that's important is sleep. And there's a huge problem with sleep in today's world because of Facebook, because of Instagram, because now we can just turn on the phone and watch any news, any program, any TV show, any movie at any time. And most people today are up at 12, 1, 2 in the morning doing that. And they wake up and sleep 2-3 hours and they feel like they didn't sleep at all. So that is a huge problem. And the solution is to sleep at least 6 to 8 hours daily, 6 to 8 hours on an average. In fact, when we're sleeping, there's so many things that are happening in our body, right? Our body's repairing itself, and we're charging the batteries. Let's not forget, we're not robots. And yes, I consider myself a driven person, but I must confess, I love to sleep as well. I love to give my body some rest, and we need it, So that's another big problem. And the third thing that I want to share with you today is a word that is our diet. Now, when most people hear the word diet, what do they think about?
Losing weight.
Yes, I'm going to get on a diet. That's temporary. But did you know diet is our nutrition? Everything that we eat from the moment that we get up in the morning, from the time that we go to sleep, is part of our diet and our nutrition, okay? And in fact, that leads me to other statistics. And that is that 75% of the US population does not consume the recommended amounts of fruits and veggies, vegetables, 75%. In fact, it gets even worse because 95% of the US population and around the world, including Australia, are eating junk foods. Do you guys know what they are, junk foods? Can you guys give me some examples? What is that? Macros. Okay. What else?
Yes.
Okay, you guys are looking at me like you don't know what junk food looks like. Okay. McDonald's, Hungry Jacks.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you guys know what I'm talking about, right? And that becomes a huge problem because this is our processed food that was made in the laboratory. And yes, it may be fast, and yes, it may be cheap, but we're giving our body terrible, terrible nutrients. And we wonder why we gain weight, and we wonder why we feel stressed, and we wonder why we begin to age faster. So just to sum it up here, let's just talk about what's happening in our lifestyle. We're not doing exercise, and I say we because I'm not here saying that I'm perfect, okay? I'm human, right? We're not doing enough exercise. We're not sleeping enough. We have a terrible diet. And what begins to happen in our body? We have in our body 75 trillion cells. Please don't ask me who counted them, but that's what our scientists say. We have 75 to 100 trillion cells, which need to be protected, right? We need to protect ourselves, fed, okay? And they need to be constantly renewing themselves. And in fact, this unhealthy lifestyle here begins to create what we call gaps in our diets. You hear the scientific advisory board talk about filling the gap. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. So here comes the solution to the rescue. And what is the solution?
NeoLife.
Yes, NeoLife has the solution. So here comes NeoLife to the rescue. And NeoLife offers nutritional systems. Write that down in your notes. They are not just products. They're not just vitamins or supplements. These are nutritional whole food extracts derived from nature that our body requires to experience optimal health. And what do these nutritional systems do? Well, they protect, they feed, and they renew and repair our cells. Isn't that incredible? So speaking of our cells and speaking of our nutrition, this is an example of a healthy food pyramid, okay? And of course, at the bottom is exercise. We talked about that. And then we have whole grains, right? And then we have fruits and vegetables, yes? Protein and sugars and carbohydrates. So that's how we should be, right? But there's a cold reality. And what is it? It is upside down. In fact, I just talked about exercise. And by the way, it's Cheerios and cornflakes. Those don't qualify as whole grains. Okay. And here you go. Upside down, upside down. So it's no wonder that our cells begin to suffer. And in fact, here we have a cell, and around the cell is what's called a membrane wall. And the membrane wall sole purpose is to absorb and to release, absorb and release. And guess what? Because of all of the things that I explained here, the membrane wall begins to get hardened. And therefore, the nutrients, the good foods, the good nutrition, very little gets in. And even worse, very little gets out. So it's no wonder why we're feeling tired and we're getting sick. It comes down to our cells. I didn't really understand this concept when I was 25 years old because back then I would worry more about the cells of my vehicle. You know, my rims would be clean and my tires would be nice and my stereo was loud and I thought my car was shiny, and that was more important than my cells because I didn't understand the concept until I joined NeoLife and I heard a doctor talk about just what I'm showing you today. It changed my life. So we have the solution, and the solution is ProVitality. Can we say it together? ProVitality. Yes, ProVitality has 4 incredible nutritional wellness products that start with Treanin. In fact, Treanin stands for 3-in-1. Yes. And Treanin has what are called lipids and sterols, which are nutrients that penetrate the membrane cell. They make the cell membrane soft, flexible, allowing the nutrients to get in and the waste to get out. And that is what we call, for your notes, cellular nutrition, cellular energy, anti-aging, anti-stress. And that's why I'm still able to be excited and enthusiastic, even though I'm 80 years old, by using Treanin, right?
Wow.
Okay, 42. Obviously, nobody got my joke Tuesday, Thursday, and not today either. Anyways, Treanin is an incredible product. Only NeoLife has it. And that is our flagship product at NeoLife International. We also have here in ProVitality another solution and wellness product or nutritional system, which is called Salmon Oil Plus. And in fact, the other thing that's happening here is something that's called inflammation. So our cells get inflamed. So we need an anti-inflammatory. And we can only get that through omega-3s and fruits and grains and vegetables. So yeah, Salmon Oil Plus helps with inflammation. And don't forget that inflammation is the silent killer. You know, in fact, inflammation is not bad. Inflammation is a good thing. Our body needs inflammation. You know, you hit your knee and what starts to happen? It swells up. And that's because our body, it's repairing itself, right? But it becomes a problem when the inflammation is chronic, and therefore our body can no longer repair it. So we need help. Salmon Oil Plus is also great for skin, for hair, for vision, for heart health. My wife used Salmon Oil Plus before, during, and the entire pregnancy. And we had twins, so you guys be careful with Salmon Oil Plus. Okay? It's a great product. It's a great product. The next one here that we have in our nutritional wellness solutions is Carotenoid complex. These are super fruits and super vegetables that are derived from what are called phytonutrients. And we need these phytonutrients. In fact, in today's world, immunity is a big concern, isn't it? With everything that's happened, without getting into details. So now more than ever, we need to have a strong immune system. Oh, looks like we have somebody coming in here. And that's really important. So carotenoid complex helps to increase our immune capacity a whopping 37% in just 21 days. So even before you're done using your product, your carotenoid complex, your immune system is already going to be strong. I have to tell you that Rico, you're going to hear from Rico in just a second, but we were coming back from the Philippines from an event. And he said, you know, Cesar, I remember you used to use glasses. And it's true. When I joined NeoLife at 25 years old, my vision, I wore glasses for the computer, driving, the glare. And I used carotenoid complex 3 a day. 2 years later, you know, you get your eyes checked every 2 or 3 years. I went and the doctor said, what's going on? What are you doing? I said, why? Is it bad? What happened? No, actually, your vision has improved. That's fairly rare. We don't see that. So I said, do I still need glasses? She said, you can use them if you want to. That made me feel good. In fact, I haven't used glasses since. That's just my story, okay? Now, the other great thing about carotenoid complex is great for cardiovascular health and so many other wonderful benefits. And the last one is our vitamin and mineral complex. 25 essential vitamins and minerals, and we know that they're essential because our body doesn't produce them. So here we have the solution for our health needs. And ProVitality just in itself, if you're a guest, if you're watching this presentation, or if you're talking to somebody that's interested in learning about the nutrition, share with them what's called the cellular nutrition story that I just demonstrated right here. All you need is a pencil and a pen and your mouth, and that's it. You got it done. So there you go. That's our product presentation and nutritional systems solutions. Okay. So before I move on to the next topic, I want to just briefly recognize somebody in this room who I understand had an incredible achievement this month. Sounds like they just got started. They're excited, and one of the things I love about NeoLife, as you can tell many things, is the recognition. And we like to recognize people who are doing above average things. So I'd like to take this opportunity on behalf of NeoLife South Pacific Region and NeoLife International to recognize a special guest who is the future of the South Pacific. I believe the next generation of leaders, because we all have to start somewhere, right?
Yes.
Nobody goes from the bottom straight to the top. There's a journey, and it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So please put your hands together for new manager, Josh Brutton. Congratulations, man. Well done. Well done. All right, let's see if we can just pin you here.
Hold on a second. Oh, turn around and get in the phone.
I don't want to mess up your shirt, so I'll put it right here. That looks nice. Oh, I'm here. Thank you. Okay, well, Josh, just a little quick introduction. Tell us about yourself, what you're most excited about now that you're brand new. You can come over here.
So everybody can see.
Right there. There you go.
Well, I'm 19. I'm from Newcastle in New South Wales. Got started with NeoLife a couple months ago. Really only started getting going with it now. But I'm so excited to get going with it and spread the good news of NeoLife and good cellular nutrition. So.
All right.
Okay, well, congratulations, Josh and everybody. We're gonna move on to the next portion of our presentation. Let me just check my time here. And what I want to talk about now that we've discussed the first solutions that we provide is some of the challenges that we're experiencing today. Yes, in Australia, yes, in New Zealand, and around the world. And that's a financial crisis. Have you guys noticed? Have you noticed that petrol is more expensive? Gas?
Yes.
And please, I didn't come 7,200 miles away just to give you guys bad news, but it's the reality in Los Angeles too. Have you noticed that interests are going up? So that loan that you wanted to borrow last year is now more expensive today. It makes it difficult for people to buy a home. And the other worry is cost of living. Did you guys know in Australia and New Zealand, people are leaving the country to go to less expensive regions? You guys know that? I did my research, guys. I'm not making this up, okay? This is true. And in fact, the other worry, and I think it's amongst the biggest, is food costs. Have you been to the store and noticed how expensive fruits and vegetables and just daily necessities are? Now we can complain about the war, about the government, about our situation, but I want to encourage you to do something else, and that is to take action, to do something about it. I believe, and you can write this down, that your current situation is not your final destination. Yes or yes?
Yes.
I'll say it again. Your current situation is not your final destination. And in fact, we have a solution. And that solution is clear. And we call it the NeoLife opportunity. You see, just as the products work, the opportunity works too, and the business is amazing. In fact, we have people on this call who I'm looking at right now who was introduced to this opportunity many years ago and today are still reaping the rewards. And isn't that amazing? Well, guess what? I want to present to you the opportunity that we offer here, which personally I believe is our best product that we offer. Yes, we have great nutritional wellness solutions, but I think the opportunity is really our best product that we offer. And one of the things that I want to tell you, I mean, we talked about the history and we have a rich history here in South Pacific, but I have good news to report. The South Pacific region is on fire. Yes, let's give a big hand to everybody. We have had in the last month more people join NeoLife than in the last year.
Wow.
What does that tell you? We're growing, but we want you to come along with us. Come along for the ride. I've had a wonderful opportunity to meet the local leaders. We've been doing one-on-ones. As you can tell, we got presentations in place. So the support team and the staff here is readily equipped to help you. And we take care of the heavy lifting. Because you see, in a traditional business, what are some of the components that you need to start up your own company? Help me out. Money. Yes. Staff. A website, because you know today everybody uses websites, right? A warehouse, a facility, permits, licensing. And by the time you open the doors to your business, you must have spent 100,000 Australian dollars, and you don't make a profit until 2 to 5 years later, if you're lucky. Because other statistics show that most businesses close within their first 3 years because they don't make a profit, especially when they're dealing with a pandemic. So we take care of all of that. We take care of the facility, the staff, the support, the training. Everything is taken care of by NeoLife. And that is something amazing because it allows for more time to go out there and talk to people so that you're not caught up in an office trying to figure out how much you got to pay the staff members or, you know, keep the lights on. So NeoLife takes care of the infrastructure, the delivery, the technology, the accounting. And in fact, we have a wonderful staff here. I mean, just everybody that I've talked to here at the South Pacific office is amazing. You guys are truly fortunate and blessed. Alana and her team are amazing, amazing people. One of the other great things about this opportunity is that we operate with values, okay? Values that include people are numero uno, number one. We realize that without you, there's no us. Without you, NeoLife would not exist. And we value that and we take that very seriously. So we thank you for choosing NeoLife because we know there's a lot of options out there as well. We also operate with absolute integrity. If you look at our product line, when we're having a discussion about just new products and the market and things like that, quite often, a lot of the nutritional wellness products that are out in commercials are just marketing. And they don't have integrity. And they sell you a cheap synthetic product for a high price and a nice commercial and a nice endorsement. We don't want to buy that. So, you know, we operate with absolute integrity in everything we do and everything we say. Also, I talked about it earlier, and I know you all will agree with me in our values. We offer products that work. Yes, products that work. And I'm a testimony of that. You know, using the nutrition now for the last 17 years with a couple of twins who are 5 years old. Believe me, thank goodness for these products, because I don't know how else I would keep up with them. They have a lot of energy. Yes. Not just that, but we have a long-range vision. You know, I talked about our founder, Mr. Jerry Brasfield, starting this company in 1958. Right now, as we speak, the North American market is hosting their annual convention. And Kendra, our CEO, is painting the picture and the vision to take us into the next 60 years. Doesn't that get you excited, Josh, knowing that? Seriously. I mean, this company is set up for success in the future. And finally, we offer an equal opportunity for all, no matter your background, your race, your belief. If you have a dream, we have a way for you to achieve it. And I love that about NeoLife. You're talking to a guy that was an immigrant and still an immigrant in Los Angeles who moved to LA from Mexico. My parents struggled and, you know, we got ourselves settled in. And that's a story that I think we can all identify with, right? So equal opportunity for all. So how does this business work? Well, you're here today, right? Somebody invited you to the presentation or somebody invited you to the Zoom meeting. You're a guest and you're wondering, well, how does this business work? Well, the first thing that you need if you're looking at this is what's called a why, a purpose, a reason. What is it that you want so bad that you're willing to wake up early for and go to sleep late for and work for? That's worth working for, right? For some people, a why is just coming to an opportunity presentation and having more energy, or avoiding or preventing, long-term challenges in terms of health. For others, a why is a housewife who wants to have her own money and doesn't want to ask her husband every time she wants to buy something or buy someone else something. For others, it's a home. It's to pay off debt, right? I'm sure nobody here has debt, right? Okay, got really quiet all of a sudden. But yeah, those are strong whys. And the why is there. Should you ever want to quit, you'll remember why it is that you started your business in the first place. So you have to have a strong why. I call it a why that makes you cry, that you want so bad. After you've identified your why, the next thing we recommend is to follow the 3 daily success habits. Please write it down. Okay. And the first one we talked about here is to use the product. If I look at the most successful leaders, we call them leaders in the world, the diamonds, the Joan and Bruce Dews who are on the call today, and the Charlie Boltons and the Carmack team, they all follow these simple, practical habits that has allowed them to have success over the years. And it's important that if you're going to do this business, that you use the product. We talked about integrity and honesty, and the last thing you want to do is be talking about a product that you're not using. In fact, by using the product, not only will you experience good health and optimal health and nutrition, but it's going to allow you to develop what's called a testimony, a story. That's your best presentation. Forget about Zoom, forget about the flip chart. Your story is a unique experience that you can confidently share with others. And don't make it up, don't exaggerate, just be honest. And when you're doing that, it takes me to the second one, which is to share your story, share your product, but share your business. Let people know that you have a business that offers these solutions that we're talking about today. Let's not forget, a closed mouth is a closed business. We get paid to talk, everyone. Yes, we get paid to talk to people. Isn't that wonderful? And you can be at a supermarket or at a store and talk to people about your story, but don't be embarrassed and shy. Not that you are, but sometimes people only focus on the nutrition, and that's okay. But I want to highly encourage you, if you're listening to this opportunity presentation, because we're talking about business, to let people know that you are the CEO, the president of your business. Every single one of you are the CEOs of your own business. Say, hey, I have a business. And in my business, I help people feel better, look better, and live better. I also help people earn an extra income, travel, and see the world. Would you like to learn more about my business? Is that difficult? Can we all do that? You see, quite often when people are sharing, they only talk about the product. And I hate to say it, and I don't want to offend anyone, but we become doctors, right? So share the product and share the business. And the third thing is personal development. Personal development is very important in your business because there's a lot of negative people out there. Have you guys noticed? You know what I do when I see negative people? I run. Because being positive, being enthusiastic becomes contagious. And I want to be around enthusiastic, positive people. Do you? Yeah. I do. In fact, that's what I love about NeoLife, is that we're a like-minded community that surrounds themselves with people who want to see not just themselves succeed, but others succeed too. That's what I love. That's why we get excited when we see people like Josh step up and on his way to senior manager and director. No pressure, Josh. Okay? That's exciting. Your dad's like, your dad's giving me the thumbs up. Yes, that's exciting, right? Because you start your business and sometimes it could be easily discouraging not to see the results right away. You know, you look at going to the gym. Did you guys know if you go to the gym and you spend an hour in the gym and you come back and then you look at the mirror, what do you see? Nothing. The next day you go back to the gym, you're enthusiastic and you check yourself out in the mirror and what do you see? Nothing. So it's hard to measure the results and the effectiveness of your workout if you do it that way. But if you go to the gym 20 to 30 minutes a day consistently, every single day, you'll see the results. Yes or yes? Absolutely. And the business is the same way because quite often people are out there killing our dreams and they say, no, you can. And oh, somebody tried this business and my aunt tried it and, you know, she didn't do well. And, you know, somebody said that to me one time. They said, oh, Cesar, my aunt tried it and she had a terrible experience. And I wasn't rude. And I looked at her and I said, oh, that's interesting. I'm sorry. I'm not your aunt. You know, this business does work because I've seen it with my own eyes. So personal development is very important. Now that you have a why, now that you're following the 3 daily success habits, what's next? Well, partner with a company that's going to support you and that's going to be your long-term business partner. I'll say it again, we take care of the heavy lifting, right? So with a simple fee or a simple investment, I don't like to call it a cost because it's an investment of $79 in Australia and $89 in New Zealand, you can start your business today, right now, if you're a guest. In fact, you can't even fill your tank with petrol for that amount in nowadays, right? You can't take your family out to dinner with that. So you get everything I just talked about for that low cost. You have your business tools, you have your kit, you have your website, you have your apps, and we take care of the heavy lifting. Once you've done that, the next thing we need to do is put together what's called a list of names, right? Just sit down, look at your cell phone, look at your Rolodex if you're still using one, and just go through it and think about who do I know that is looking for better health? Who do I know that's looking for an opportunity? Who do I know that can really benefit from my business? Okay. And I want to encourage you not to prejudge when you're doing that. Let's be honest, we do it all the time. Okay. And it's a sin, by the way. So prejudging means that you come across a name and you say, oh, they're not going to be interested. I'm not going to call them. Don't do that. Call every single person and let them know how excited you are about your business. Once you have developed your list of names, what's the next step? Start with a few customers, maybe 3, maybe 6. But in this example, I'm going to say 12. Start with just a dozen people who are using the home care. Did you guys see the video the other day we did? Wasn't that fun, right? The home care. Who doesn't wash their clothes and their shoes? And I mean, come on, you know, become your best customer. Become your best customer. So start with 12 customers, help them get on a breakfast pack, a ProVitality, a shake. And by doing so, in this example, you're going to become what's called a senior manager. Now, don't worry about the titles and all of the technicalities. It just means that you're going to get a check, you're going to get paid, you're going to have access to retail profits, sales volume bonuses. And there's nothing better than receiving a bonus in the mail. Yes or no?
Yeah.
It always reminds me of Louis Smith. I was talking about that the other day. He's a 2-diamond in North America. He was born in South Africa, had a lot of success, moved to the US and not knowing anyone. And one day I was listening to his story and he said, my first check was $7, which would be like 10 Australian dollars. And he's like, I got excited. And I took my family out to ice cream. Well, guess what? He's making much more than that today. So once you have your customer base, what is the next step? Find 3 business partners who have the same desire as you to improve their lifestyle financially, who love to travel, who want to make some extra cash, and who want to make an impact. I call it making an income with an impact. And what do? We follow the simple duplication system, right? We help them. You notice the keyword, help them. I'm not saying get them started. Okay, well, you know, good luck. You know, hopefully you do well. No, we partner with them. We hold them by the hand. We accompany them, and we help them get their 12 customers each. In this example, by doing so, your 12 They're 12, now they're senior managers. You're going to achieve what we call our prestigious title of director. And that should be one of our first goals in your goal sheet at NeoLife, is to become a director. Write it real big, put it on your fridge, look at it every day. In fact, here in Australia, directors earn an average of 25,000 Australian dollars, okay? Plus, right? And in New Zealand, it's $27,000 plus. Who can use an extra $25,000 right now by raising your hand? Okay, only Josh. I'm gonna raise 2 hands. And if you can't use it, let's talk after this call. I can help you with that. But yeah, if you notice, there's a little plus sign there, and that means you have access to even more benefits, like top of the chart sales volume bonus, 20%, car bonus, leadership school, travel. In fact, we're having talks about our 2023 game plan, and we have some exciting events in store for you guys. So we're going places in the South Pacific and in New Zealand as well. Now, from here, follow the simple duplication system, okay? You learn, you do, and you teach. I will encourage you guys to write that down. You learn, you do, and you teach. Simple as that. That's duplication. And by doing so, you help them become a yes. And help them get their 3. And I'm not going to expand more on this because I want it to be simple, because this business is simple. We don't have to complicate it. And in this example, we have 3 directors. You see that? 3 directors will help you achieve 1 Ruby director. And we call it the World Team. World Team members earn an average here at NeoLife of 45,000 Australian dollars. And in New Zealand, 48,000 dollars. Can I get a wow?
Wow.
Okay, that wasn't so exciting. Can we try that again? Can we get a wow? Wow. That gets me fired up. I hope you took your ProVitality this morning, because I didn't. But see, that's how this business works. Simple as that. So in closing, I want to highly encourage you to believe. Simple as that. Believe in our Savior, right? Believe in the product, because it works. Believe in the company. Yes? But most importantly, believe in yourself. Believe in the potential that you have and the God-given gifts that you possess to go out there and help us change the world. Because you see, I don't live here. And in fact, I was talking to Lynn, and she's saying, well, you might want to look for a place out here. I said, well, help me convince my wife. Because it's beautiful out here. It really is. I would love to come out here and spend some more time, but I don't live here. I am coming back, but you all live here. This is your community. This is your town. This is your city. This is your country. And believe in yourself, because I believe in every single one of you. You might be thinking, well, Cesar is really crazy because I've never met him and he believes in me. Well, guess what? I did not travel 7,200 miles from Los Angeles to be away with my family for 2 weeks to tell you that I don't believe, because if that is the case, or was the case, with all due respect, I would not be here. When Kendra Brassfield asked me to take on this position, I asked her, I said, Kendra, do you believe in the market? She said, absolutely. And we think that you can help the leaders out there. So I'm here, and I'm willing to put in the work, and I'm willing to put in the time, but I want to ask for your help and your support, because at the end of the day, you are going to benefit, okay? So believe in yourself, and that's what I want to leave you with, just to really go out there with the passion, and not just get up in the morning, but get up in the morning. Big difference right there. We can all get up, but we can get up and get out and make a difference. So thank you very much. We have concluded the first half of our presentation. So big hands, one back. And now I want to present to you our final keynote speaker, who I've had the privilege to work with now for so many years. He is my mentor, and he has really encouraged me and inspired me to do what it is that I'm doing today. He is known across the world as the Diamond Maker. Please give it up for our Executive Vice President, Field Development International, Rico Brown.
Thank you, Cesar. Wow, let's give Cesar a big round of applause. Come on, big round of applause. You know, it is truly exciting to have the opportunity to work with Cesar. And, you know, I love it that Cesar said, I'm his mentor, but I'm also his tormentor. I give him a challenge, a hard time all the time. So thank you all very much for being with us today. We're excited to be here. Cesar and I have traveled to the Philippines. We've traveled here. We're here because we truly believe in the potential of this market. We believe that the people that are here has the opportunity to change the way to change the way this market will grow. Now, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Rico Brown. I'm Executive Vice President of NeoLife Field Development. I've been with NeoLife for 30 years. Prior to NeoLife, I was with another company, Avon Products. Some of you have heard that name before. I was with Avon for 15 years. So I have been in the industry now way too long, 45 years. And you know, I've been excited about all that is happening in this industry because I see what the real potential is. I live in Houston, Texas. Well, I have a home in Houston, Texas. Because of COVID, I lived in Houston, Texas, but prior to and now after COVID, I have a home in Texas, but I spend most of my time traveling around the world, helping individuals such as yourselves to see the possibility, to see the potential that this business has to offer. I have 3 children. They live in the US, and I am a bachelor. Now, there's a difference between being a bachelor and being single. Did you all know that? Did you know that there's a difference? Being a bachelor is by choice. Being single is not by choice. So I have been a bachelor for a long time. But you know, as I look at this opportunity, and I think about what is going on, you know, I think that people have to stop just for a moment and start to think about what it is they want to accomplish if they're in the business. If you're not in the business, you have to still do the same thing to think about getting into the business. We all are looking for something. I don't know what you're looking for. I don't have a dream for you. I don't know what's in your vision for the future, but there is something that you want to achieve. And I'm not talking about a material thing, but there's something that you want to achieve that this business, this opportunity can assist you in achieving. You see, when we talk about this business, we talk about money, we talk about products, but is that what it's really all about? No, it's not about money. It's not about product. It's about people. It's about your life. It's about your future. It's about all the things that you know and you want to improve about yourself. You see, I've traveled all around the world. I was telling you all earlier here in the office that I have traveled to 56 countries doing just this. And yes, room sizes, I have spoken to as many as 15,000 people that were all in NeoLife. They were so large, we had to rent a soccer stadium to hold it. And it was a Impact Summit convention in Nigeria, 15,000 people. But you know, as we travel around, I said the same thing. I don't have a dream for you. You came out today. There is something that you wanted today. You're not here by accident. You're here because you're supposed to be here. If you were not supposed to be here today or on this call, you would not be here. You would be somewhere else. And you know, as I travel, I tell people, I don't know why you came out. I know why I'm here. I know why I am here today. I'm here because I have 3 questions that I want to make sure are answered for you as you look at this opportunity. The first question that I wanted to answer coming here is, who are we? Think about that for a moment. Who are we? We see our posters, we see our products, we see our logo, and we say, who is this NeoLife? Well, NeoLife is the sum total of all of the individuals that have said yes to this opportunity, as well as the sum total of all of the people that will say yes to this opportunity. That's who we are. We are the people of NeoLife. We're not this office. We're not the product. We are the people of NeoLife. Average people like myself and you trying to do extraordinary things in our lives. That's who we are. We are people who want to improve our lives. We are people who want to be a part of a community of positive-minded people that are moving forward, people that are willing to assist one another. That's who we are. And we can't forget that we're people, and we're just trying to share what we have found. Each and every one of you found something. Every one of you on this call have found something. I don't know what it is you found. But whatever you found, you are trying to share that with someone else so that we can make a difference in their lives. You know, we say, if we're all about relationships, then we have to believe in the people that we approach. We have to believe in the people that we attract. Because it is about the relationship. We are a relationship business. This is how it works. So I meet Josh. I tell him about my business. I don't tell him about NeoLife. I tell him about my business. And Josh says, yes, I'd be interested in talking to you about your business. And the relationship starts there. And I'm there to support and to help him grow. And guess what, as Cesar said, and then Josh is going to start a relationship with someone else. Who are we? We're people, average people that want to achieve extraordinary results. Yes, do we want money? Absolutely. Do we want to help people? Absolutely. You see, I believe our goal in society, our goal in life is to add value and create value for God's people. Guess who we are? We're God's people, aren't we? Yes. And that's our goal, to add and create value. And this business, this opportunity affords us a greater chance of reaching out and helping those that need help. Number one, you know who we are. Number two, what do? Well, we give people a chance to experience better health. Our mission is what? We want to end the trend of poor health and financial stress. So we give people a chance to have a business that in return, we want to work with them so that it will produce income, money. Say money. Money. Say money. Money. You know, those of you on this call say money. Now, here's the thing. People don't like to talk about money. Hello. And I don't know why people don't want to talk about money. I don't think money is a bad thing. You know, money is a good thing, don't you think? This is yes, this is no. You know, and people say, well, money is the root of all evil. No, money is not the root of all evil. People are the root of all evil, and how they perceive money. My money is nice. It lays in my pocket, and it don't talk back to me. It don't make me feel bad. It does not embarrass me. And when I pull it out of my pocket, it comes out. It doesn't cry. It doesn't blame me. Oh, it's too cold. No, it's too hot. No, it just lays there. You see, let me tell you a few things that I've learned about money. Number one, money will not change you. You are who you are. And whatever age you are, it has taken you that long to become that person. And this is how it works. If you're a good person and you get money, you're going to be a good person with more money. Yes?
Yes.
That's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah. If you're not such a good person and you get more money, you're going to be not such a good person, but you'll just have more money. You see, money is not going to change you. It's just going to highlight who you are, who you already are, the person that you have grown to become. Money will not make you happy. Hello? Money will not make you happy. And I attest to that because, look, nobody earns money to pile up in a corner to look at. Having the money there is not going to make you happy. It's going to stress you out because you would be worried that somebody is going to come and take it. Or the house might catch fire and your money will burn up. So money doesn't make you happy. This is what money does. Money gives you a chance to do those things that brings happiness to your life, to educate your children, to provide for your family, to take a vacation of your dream, to drive the car that you want to drive, to live in the home that you want to live in. That is what makes you happy. The money does not make you happy. It's being able to do those things that make you happy. Having money is good. You should want money. What you do with your money is up to you. You see, there are 3 phases in life. I don't know if you all ever heard my version of those 3 phases in life. The first phase is need. Need. We all need things. When we're young, we need transportation. We need food. We need housing. We need. And then once we get to a point where we have enough financial whereabouts that we can satisfy the needs, then we move to the next phase, which is want. No, I don't need transportation. I want this type of car. Have you noticed that at first you just wanted to get something to ride in? Now you want something specific. I want a Mercedes. I want a 4-bedroom home. I want to take my family to the US. I want to take my family to France. It's want. So you say, I go through a phase of need. Then I have the phase of want. But here's the big one. This is the one you want to be in. Just because. That's the third phase. Just because. Well, why didn't you buy that car, Rico? Just because. Did I need it? Not necessarily. Did I want it? Not really. I saw it, I liked it, and I bought it just because. You see, when you get in a financial situation where you can do things just because, you can give money away just because. You know, when I'm riding down the streets and someone is on the side and they're selling water or they're just begging, panhandling, if you want to call it, I give them something, not because I want to or I need to. I just do it just because. I don't want the water, just take the money. Just because. That's what we do. We give people a chance to have a business. Then we support them so that that business will grow and so that that business will produce the results that they want to achieve. The last question I want to answer is, why should you join, if you're not in NeoLife, why should you join NeoLife? And number 2, if you are in NeoLife, why should you start to share this business with people so that we can expand our reach of good health and to eliminate poor health and financial stress? Well, I could give you a lot of reasons. I could sit here and write on this board, but let me just throw out a couple. One is, did you make a New Year's resolutions for 2022? Have you fulfilled that New Year's resolution? Do you have a dream, something that you've been thinking about that you say, I'm going to do? And then in the US, we say, I'm gonna do. You know, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Is there something that you have that you gonna? And you haven't done, but you're gonna? You know, life is moving fast. Very fast. And the older we get, the faster the life moves. Yes or no? Yeah. And you can feel it, right? You know, Josh is going like, oh man, we're glad when November get here. We're going like, oh my goodness, let's slow down because November is almost here. So the reality is life moves pretty fast. Why should you make this your future? Why should you make this a career? Because what we do is good. What we do help people. What we do make a difference in society. But you know something? I don't have to convince you why you should join or why you should build. You know better than I do. As you think about your life, you think about your future, you think about the things that you want to accomplish. You know why you should join. You know why you should go to work. You know why you should be proud to share your business. No one knows you're in business unless you tell them you're in business. And our business is not about going to the hospital waiting on people to come out to find them as a customer. You know, our business is not going to the doctor's office and sitting around in the doctor's office all day and waiting on someone to say, I got something I can help with. Our business is about being proud of what we do. Our business is about letting people know that you are in business. Cesar said it earlier. We are a what? Need-based business. And I don't know your needs, but I have a business and I'm going to tell you what I do. And if your needs fit into that, then guess what? I have something for you. Now, people come to our meetings and, you know, they come and they're excited, and then you ask them, are you ready to go? Are you ready to join? Are you ready to go to work? And one of the things that comes out of their mouths is, let me think about it. You ever hear that? Let me think about it? You know, when I think of let me think about it, I know basically what situation we have. We have someone that is hiding something. Think about that for a minute. Do you have to think about having better health? Do you have to think about financial wealth? Do you have to think about a positive community of people? No, you don't have to think about that. They're hiding something. The best example is me. Here you go. When I was younger, I love the Jaguar. You all, Jaguars are here, huh? You know the Jaguar cars? I love Jaguars. Man, I was coming up, I would read anything that I saw on the Jaguar. I knew the Jaguar very well. Now, every year, when the new models would come out, you know, around August and September, the new models start flowing into the US. I would always go to the Jaguar dealer and look at the new model. Now, because Jaguar is a prestigious car in the US, I would put my little jacket on. You know, I may have had one or two suits, but I would put a jacket on and I would go to the Jaguar dealer and I would talk to the salesman. And at the end, they would say, Mr. Brown, it looks like you know what you like. It looks like you know Jaguars really well. If I can make a deal with you today, are you ready to buy? I'd have to think about it. Let me think about it. What was I hiding? Well, number one, I didn't have any money. And I didn't want the salesman to know that he had spent his time with someone that didn't have any money. Number two, I couldn't afford a Jaguar. I mean, it's one thing to have money to get it, but I couldn't afford to have a Jaguar. And the third thing is, I didn't want him to know that if I found a way to get it and I brought it home at the time I was married, I would have to sleep in that Jaguar. So yes, I was hiding something. I did not want them to know. When someone says, let me think about it, just let them know it's okay to say yes, or it's okay to say no. Yes, I'm ready. I want to give it a chance. Yes, I'm willing to try. I have nothing to lose. No, I like my life the way it is. I want to stay like this. I want to go from here. That's okay. But when they say, let me think about it, they're hiding something. And you might say, yeah, did I do something wrong? You know, did we say something wrong on the board? No. Maybe they don't have any money. Maybe they're not sure. Maybe they didn't like this tall guy from the US from Texas. You know, oh, I don't like that tall guy. Let me think about it. And they didn't want to tell you. Whatever it is, let people know that it is okay to say yes or to say no. Now, those of you that are in the business, you can build this business to whatever level you choose. This business is not difficult at all. But there are some principles that you have to apply to this business if you are going to make it work. Number one, you cannot be a procrastinator. A procrastination is a stiller of time. You want to lose your time, procrastinate. You remember what I said? I'm gonna? That's what we say, I'm gonna do. Guess what? If you say, I'm gonna do, and you never get around to doing it, you're stealing your time. When you see someone, go to them and say, I'm in business. And let me tell you about my business. Don't wait, because this is what will happen. Someone you saw, someone that you thought about talking to will end up in the business, and you'll go, wow, I should have said something to them. But I was procrastinating. Procrastination will steal your time. Do what you need to do each and every day. When you go from here and you're talking to someone, do not be afraid to say, I'm in business. And we help people grow. We help people earn. We help people to feel better. We help people to be a part of a positive community. Just say that. If nothing else, say that and say, would you be interested in hearing about it? That's all you have to do. Don't procrastinate and say, well, I need to learn what Rico said before. No, give it a try. Just try it. You can't make enough mistakes. And I'm sorry, there are enough people in Australia, in Brisbane, that you can make a lot of mistakes and still build a 5-diamond business. The second thing is indecision. You have to be willing to make a decision. Make a decision in concrete, not in the sand, because when the waves of change roll in, you can stay firm. Sometimes we think of making a decision, but we make it in the sand. And the tides roll in and wash it away. And we don't do the things that we tell ourselves we're going to do. I tell myself, I enjoy going to the gym. So every morning at 6, I wake up, I get up, and I go to the gym. Now, there's some mornings I will work harder than the others, but I've made a decision that if I am going to be physically fit, I need to get up and go to the gym. I made the decision that I don't want to gain weight. I don't want to be fat. So I drink the NeoLife shake every morning. Put a little fruit in there, a little fiber in there, and I drink it every morning. I made a decision that I am sticking to, because a decision, indecision, is the stiller of opportunity. Indecision is the stiller of opportunity. Here's a big one. One of my biggest moments of indecision. Back in the 90s, Apple Computer the stock fell all the way to $2 a share. You all remember that? When forgot his name, he left the company and the stock tumbled to $2 a share. What was his name? Steve Jobs. My stockbroker said, Rico, this is a great opportunity. You need to get in on this because it's not going to go away. Apple is not going to go away. He said, you should buy at least 20,000 shares, which was not a lot of money at $2 a share, right? I procrastinated and I was indecisive. And I never bought the stock. Just think. 20,000 shares of Apple computer today would put me well over $2, $3, $4 million for $40,000. But what was I? I was indecisive. Number 3. A big killer of your success is negative people. You know, they say misery loves company. And it does. Misery loves company. So negative people, they don't want you to grow. They don't want you to achieve the success that's out there for you. They want you to stay still with them. They don't dislike you. They don't hate you. It's just they don't want to have to put forth the effort. And we had Josh here and we keep picking on him, but he's a young man. And guess what? His young friends are going to try to discourage him all the time. What are you doing talking about that business, man? Let's go have a beer. Negative people. And you know negative people, you see them when they come up to you. Their neck kind of moves like this. They move up and they come up there and you have to say, oh, they're the negs. And the reality is, you say, fantastic. When the negative people say something, you say, fantastic. Why are you going to say fantastic? Because negative people don't want to hear fantastic. And then if they don't leave you alone, run. So they start saying, I run. Run and go in the opposite direction. Because they'll steal your energy. They'll drain your vision. They'll kill your vision. And negative people don't mean you, they don't really mean you the harm. And a lot of them don't know that they're so negative. They say things before they think about it. They say things that they're feeling. You know, what is attitude? Attitude is how you feel inside that is expressed outside. That's what attitude is. Well, they have this negative feeling inside and they don't realize it, that they're expressing it outside because life is not treating them the way they want to be treated. Here's the last one. It all begins in your mind. It all begins in your mind. Whatever you give power to in your mind will have power over you. Whatever you give power to in your mind will have power over you. What are you giving power to? I wish you could feel what I feel inside about the possibilities of this business here. I'm not talking about the rest of the business around the world, right here in Australia. When I ride around and I see all of these people, I realize that we're not the only ones that feel the way we feel. There are people out there looking for us. And they're not just looking for the product. There are a lot of people looking for our opportunity. And we are the only ones that can share our opportunity with them. Today is a new day. You're blessed to have Cesar as your sales support here. Let's turn around. You're blessed to have him because he is well trained. He is very knowledgeable. He's excited. He believes in what he's doing. He believes in you. He believes in himself. And he definitely believes in the company. He's not here to force you to do anything. He's here to show you what's possible and to support you on the path that you want to take in building this business. The company is here to support you. You know, I laugh because Alana gives all of us names, so I was thinking I'm going to give her the name, the Angry Aussie. So that's who Alana is now, the Angry Aussie. You know, the reality is they are here to help you. They want you to grow. This company is going to be here, whether you grow or not, because we're going to find some people that want to grow. But you all are here, and we want to help you to achieve what you want to achieve before the growth happens. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited, looking forward to coming back. As Cesar said, we have a game plan where it's going to include more activities. We are open for business, people. We are open for business. And we want to do a lot of it. I can see the day that Australia and New Zealand is doing 1 million points. Can you see it? Think about it for a moment. Can you see it? And let me tell you what's going to happen in that day that we're doing 1 million points. We're going to have president's team members sitting here in the room. As a matter of fact, the only people that will be able to get in this room are president's team members, because we'll have that many. I see people doing things that they never thought possible, because on 1 million points, we had an individual in Mexico that was earning $100,000 US on 1 million points
A month.
He was earning 100,000 a month on 1 million points per month. Can you see the vision? Can you see Australia growing far more than it has ever grown before? And we want to take everyone, each and every one of you, we want to take you to where you want to go. Thank you so very much for coming out today. Thank you all for participating via Zoom. You know, hi, John, how are you? You know, it's just exciting. And I hope from this, we can start the process of doing the things that we need to do to accomplish the results that you want to accomplish. God bless you, and thank you very much. Bye now.